I would like to share with you the top cities with the most dangerous crime rates in the U.S. After falling 5 years in a row, the number of violent crimes across the U.S. rose by 1.2% in 2012. According to the FBI, violent crimes include murder, non-negligent manslaughter, rape, robbery, and aggravated assault. Some of the cities with the highest violent crime rates, such as Flint and Oakland, have the highest rates in all four categories. Typically, these cities are not just limited to violent crimes alone. 3 cities, including Birmingham, St. Louis, and Oakland, were among the top 10 worst cities in the nation for both violent and property crime. The economy in these cities has been in bad shape for years. The populations of these cities are dropping, leaving behind highly impoverished urban centers. In the 10 most dangerous cities, poverty rates above the normal rate of 15.9% in 2011. In half of these cities, half of the population lived in poverty. Detroit and Flint poverty rate was more than 40%. It is very clear that poverty in particular is associated with higher crime rates, according to John Roman, the senior fellow at the Urban Institute. Unemployment and low educational attainment also go hand in hand with the high crime rates. In all these different cities, the percentage of adults with a high school diploma was below the 86% national average. Memphis, Tennessee, has a violent crime rate per 1,000 people of 1,750. The total amount of murders in 2012 was 133, with the poverty rate of 27.2%. Memphis had the third highest rate of aggravated assault, murder rate in 2012, and murder rate. This was an increase from 2011. There was a survey done in the Memphis area, and 43% of the residents said that they feel unsafe. The percentage of adults with a high school degree was 83.4%. St. Louis, Missouri has a violent crime per 1,000 people of 1,776. The total amount of murders in 2012 was at 113, with the poverty rate of 27%. St. Louis has the highest rate for aggravated assault. The murder rate was the 5th highest in the country. The percentage of adults with a high school degree was 83.9%. Oakland, California has the violent crime rate per 100,000 people were 1993. The total murders for 2012 were 126, and the poverty rate being at 21%. Percentage of adults with a high school degree in Oakland, California was at 79.9%. Oakland has the highest robbery rate than any other city, even though the rates of murder and aggravated assault went up in 2012 compared to 2011. Poverty crimes were higher in Oakland than any other city. This could be due to the fact that the city police department went through a round of layoffs in 2010 due to financial issues. Detroit, Michigan has the violent crimes for Detroit, Michigan per 1,000 people was 2,122. The murder rates for 2012 were 386, with the poverty rate of 40.9%. The percentage of adults with a high school degree was at 77.4%. Detroit's murder rate was the 2nd highest in the country last year. This has been the highest in the last 40 years. Aggravated assault was the 2nd highest. The economic problems have some things to do with this. Flint, Michigan has the crime rate per 100,000 people of 2,729. In 2012, the murder rate was at 63%, with a poverty rate of 40%. The percentage of adults with a high school degree was at 82.9%. No city has had a higher violent crime rate than Flint. The city had 63 total murders and 1,930 aggravated assaults, both in the highest relative to the city's population. Flint also had nationwide highs in burglary rates and arson. Like Detroit, Flint has suffered economically in recent years. Our country has been through a lot in the past few years. We've had our ups and downs as a whole. Some of the U.S. has not been able to handle such trials as others may have. Cities such as these have turned to evil doing and retaliation. In today's time, it is inevitable to turn the TV on and not see some horrible story. For these cities that are dangerous and out of control, we just need to continually pray for them and hope that things can get better.